Hello everyone, Charlie here from Homesteading and Hungry. Now if this is your first time to our channel, welcome. And if you're coming back, thanks for watching. So today I'm gonna talk about the John Deere S170. Now, we use this all over our homestead. I use it for towing trailers. I use it for moving chicken tractors. I use it for moving our rabbit tractors. I use it for mowing the lawn. I use it for pulling the roller. I use it for cleaning the pastures. I use it for all kinds of things. I even use it as like a four-wheeler to go out into the pasture to check on the cows. We overuse this thing, if anything. I've got about 60 hours on this thing already, and I have used it so much on so many different things. I've really put it through a lot. So let me walk you through it real quick. Now, first of all, I want to talk to you about why I bought this tractor. Growing up on a small farm in Ohio, we had a John Deere 316, which was a 16 horsepower tractor. We used it a lot on the lawn. I mowed about 4 acres at the time, I believe. And so I grew up on that. So when I had my own homestead, I wanted to get a John Deere. So I went to Lowe's where they sold these, right? And I bought the biggest one that they had at the time, and it was this S170. So the S170 comes with a 24 horsepower motor, and it's 724 cc's right here. Now, I didn't know a whole lot about these, but a 16 horsepower back in the day is a lot different than a 24 horsepower today. So that tractor was a lot larger than this, but this thing still gets the job done. So look in here, everything's pretty clean. It's got this easy change oil filter, and coming up in a few videos, I'm gonna convert that over to a standard oil filter. That's the plan with that, because I haven't changed oil in this yet, and I know it's getting close, so we'll see. Now, walking around this tractor, you see a lot of different things on it. So I'm gonna turn the camera around real quick. Now this S170 comes with a 48-inch mower deck, and it's got this, it's called the Edge cutting system, as you can see right here. Now, I have lots of fences that I mow around, and I can get right underneath my fences because I've got electric on a majority of our property. I can go right underneath it with this. And so I mow our pastures with this little tractor just around the fences and the fence posts, and it gets up really close to them. And also gets up really close to our trees in our orchard, and very impressed with it. Now, walking around the back of this tractor, I just added this thing right here. It's called a high hitch. So I can put a hitch ball here at the bottom, and I can also put one here at the top, because a lot of my trailers are a lot higher. And so this will make it a lot easier for towing them. Then also when I tow or move my chicken tractor around, if I hook it up right here at the top, it'll be a lot easier and won't be dragging as much because it'll have a higher angle. So that is going to be really beneficial for me here on my homestead. And walking around, this tractor comes with one cup holder right here, and that's really important when you're mowing a lawn on these hot days. It's got a little container here, and you can fit a garage door opener in there, or a pair of pliers or something like that if you're working on fences. A couple small tools, nothing too big though, but something. And then over here, this is the discharge for the mower deck. And since I've had this, I have put 2 sets of blades on it. And I think it's because I was mowing such real heavy brush with it that I was going through the mower blades pretty fast. So I expect them to last longer now that I've got my lawn established here on this property. But at first it wasn't like that. And then coming around the front right here, the S170 has this little bumper here. So if you were to get really close to a tree or something like that, you would hit this before hitting any of this like plastic up here. And then obviously it's got the headlights right there. And I'll tell you, this thing is really stood up. We've used this for so many different things here on the property, like how I said. Now, let's see what it's like when you're sitting in the seat. So I'm gonna hold this camera right here so you kind of get like a view, like if you were actually driving this. Now, over here on the side, this is how you lower and raise the mower deck. Now, it's literally all manual. There's no power to it, but literally you just grab that handle, pull it back and forth, and it's not very little effort. We'll move it up and down. The steering wheel, very, very easy to turn. Now, this model does not have power steering, but it's so light that it's not necessary. Like, it's really, really easy to turn, even when you're not moving, when you're cutting the grass. So definitely, I don't think this is a model that would really benefit at all from having a power steering on it. Then right here, this is your throttle, up and down. And if you push the throttle all the way forward, that's your choke. And that is really cool because it eliminates you from having to pull on something else. Like, I remember the tractors from back in the day, the choke was completely separate from the throttle. So you're playing with the throttle and the choke at the same time. It could get a little cumbersome. Right here, this is your parking brake, and it's engaged now when it's in the up position, because right here, this is your brake. So if you push it in, it goes down real easy, and then you pull this up and it'll keep the pedal locked down. And then this little yellow button right here, this is really cool. So this button right here, this tractor has a safety feature on it, which it forces you to push that button right there. You have to consciously think to push that button, and hopefully you'll look behind yourself also while you're doing that, because it'll disengage the mower deck when you try to back up if you don't have that button pushed in. So another cool little safety feature on it. Then coming over here, we got a little hour meter, and you can see right there, this one's got 62.27 hours on it. And then right above it is the fuel gauge. So you can see when you just turn it on, one click, comes up and it'll show you how much fuel you have. So that is really, really cool to have that feature there. Then right here's the key, just a, standard John Deere key. And so the first click is the lights, the second click is run, and then the last click is the start. So it starts just like how most vehicles do. And then right here, this is your PTO. And if you pull it out, it engages it. And if you push it in, it'll disengage it. Right here is your cruise control. And this cruise control works really, really well. So basically, I'll go out in the yard and I'll set it at a real modest speed. And I'll just hold this up for a second, and then I'll let my foot off the control, and then it's in cruise control, and it's really, really slick. And then right here, here's your forward and reverse pedals. And it works very similar to a hydrostatic, but I believe this is belt driven. This right here, this is your forward pedal, faster in forward. And then the harder you push it right here, the faster it'll go in reverse. Now, another really cool feature that this has, and these tractors have had it for some time, but this tractor also has it, is that when the tractor's running, if the parking brake is not engaged and you try to get off the seat, when it leans forward, the whole thing will shut down. And also, while you're mowing, while the PTO is engaged, if you get off the seat, it'll automatically shut everything down. So that is a really, really good safety feature. And then underneath the seat, this is where you put your fuel. And this is so easily accessible right here. You can just take the cap off right there, put your fuel in, put the cap right back on. Real easy like that. It's got 2 springs for the seat, so you have a good soft ride. Now this seat right here, it's got a little lumbar feature right here. You can turn around, and believe it or not, it doesn't look like it, but that seat is amazingly comfortable for a tractor this size. I really give them credit for the design of that. Then right here on the side, this little lever right here, it'll allow the seat to move forward and back. So if you're not as tall as others, you can move it forward. You can still reach all the pedals, and you can still operate this tractor very, very safely. So we've been very, very pleased with this S170 here on a homestead. Like I said earlier in this video, I use it for so many different chores on this homestead. I'm constantly using it for something different. I did not buy this solely to use it as a lawnmower, but I use it for many, many, many things. So I am a huge fan of this John Deere lawnmower. So I strongly recommend it.